Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, world, and welcome to episode 30, the Dirty 30 of Bald Don't Lie. I'm your host, as always, Jared, with the magnificent Starkey. Starkey?
What's up, everyone?
And we are joined today by NFL phenom, insider, Matthew Dickey. Matt, how are you doing today, sir?
Good. How's it going, guys?
Oh, we're
Good,
doing
man.
pretty good.
Have you
Both
on
the
tonight.
reason, as y'all have heard, I said NFL Insider. This week we are dedicating the show to the minus a couple minutes to the NFL. We're gonna give you a quick rundown, our thoughts, our opinions on everything. Now, let's start it off first, boys. We have some breaking news in the Memphis Tigers today. Last week, I said we filled the roster. This week, we didn't. We got 2 roster spots back open, baby.
You thought.
Samar Young is academically ineligible to transfer to Memphis. So that whopping 2 points we were guaranteed a game, count that out the book. And then Mr. Keontae Johnson. I guess a good comeback story. I was talking to my dad about this, but yeah, the fact that we lost a guy that was in a medically induced coma for 5 days, chose Kansas State over Memphis. It speaks fathoms on how far the program's falling.
Yeah. That's
We
not
can't
great.
even get a one-armed player, and now we can't get a guy who was in a coma for a week. But don't worry, folks. We may get Bronny James. Apparently, Memphis and Oregon have jumped out to the front runners for Bronny James. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm happy about it because it's publicity, and there is no such thing as bad publicity. But here's the thing. Penny's just going to say, hey, Alo, I'm going to need you to come back for a 7th year of eligibility that you don't have, but we'll figure it out. And then I see it being the whole Imani Bates thing all over again with Penny and Bronny.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
I was listening to 929 when that news broke that Memphis officially offered him. And they said that nationally, Bronny will be the biggest star on the Tigers, including Penny.
I believe it. Now, I've been reading, he's not the James kid you want to go after. It's Bryce.
Bryce is going to be way more like his dad than Bronny will be.
Would you know Bryce grew a foot in a year?
Jeez.
He was so last year.
Must be nice.
Him and Bronny made a TikTok. Bryce was Bronny 6'2". Last year, Bronny was Bryce. Sorry, all these B names kill me. But Bryce was 5'6" last year. He shot a foot. He's 5 inches taller than not 5, but he's about 4 inches taller than Bronny now.
Wow.
That's
and
insane.
He just turned 16. Or he's not even 16.
I saw today he just got his first D1 offer to Duquesne.
Let's face it. By the time he gets to college, he won't go to college.
No.
Probably
So
not.
hear me out. Does LeBron hold out to play with all his kids?
Well, he just signed an extension, right? 2 years.
For 2 more years, though.
Yeah. So
Well,
he
let's
thinks
see.
he can.
15. Yeah.
I mean,
I think he would have to sign a 1 more year deal to get to play with all 3 of them, or to play with both of them.
how old is Bron? 39?
No, LeBron's like 37.
I think this is going to be his 38 year. I think.
He's between 37 and 39. He could play another 5 years.
He'll be 38 by the end of the season.
Okay. So he could play another 5 years if he wanted to. I mean, it's LeBron.
Hear me out, though. If he joins the right team, he can play another 10 years.
Good.
He
I mean,
can come to
look-
Memphis.
Look at Udonis Haslam just signed for his 20th year with Miami.
So that actually leads to something I wanted to bring up. I was hoping you weren't going to say that, but listen to this statistic, there, boys. I'm listing the top 10 players, the top 10 highest paid active players per minutes in the last 5 seasons. Udonis Haslam made $45,000 per minute in the past 5 seasons. he's
That's
played.
insane.
I think he maybe played 2 minutes this year. Starkey, look that up for me. Next was John Wall. John Wall and Udonis Haslem are both over $40,000 per minute. So then you got Kawhi, Steph, Clay, Gordon Hayward's up there. 'Cause remember, he missed all that time in Boston.
Yep.
Blake Griffin. This one actually shocks me. Kevin Love. I thought Kevin Love would be way higher up on the list.
Yep.
And then you got-
Haslam's basically just there to be a coach, right?
He's technically a kind of sort of, he's that veteran thing. I don't know why they don't move him. Because if you remember Juwan Howard's end of the years with the Lakers, that's what he was. He was the player coach on the team. I just don't get why you just don't go ahead and move him over to a coaching role or a role. And then you ended out with James Wiseman, which is kind of shocking a little because he's going into year 4 and going into year 3, I'm sorry. And has maybe played one healthy season. And then you got KD. Did you figure it out?
Yeah, so this past season, he actually played in 13 games, averaged 6.4 minutes per game.
So 6.4 times. He played in 78 minutes the entire year. Good,
Something like that, yeah.
Udonis.
The year before that, the 20 and the 2021 season was the one game, 2.7 minutes played.
See, I knew it was 1 year. So, with that being said about LeBron coming to Memphis, folks, it's back on the market. Kevin Durant to Memphis is going to happen.
And y'all thought I was crazy.
Leaked today. This morning, Shams dropped a bomb on us. I was not expecting on my Monday morning at work. The Grizzlies offered 5 first-round draft picks. Granted, all four out of the 5 are ours, but hey, that's fine. All are protected except for one. And that does not throw the names Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bain in.
That'd be a good deal. Too bad it's not going to happen.
Oh, I mean, it's not going to happen. But here's the thing: that you can't find a happy medium on what the Nets want. The Nets want draft picks and they want players. The Celtics gave them players. They said, "Well, we want draft picks," because the Celtics offered Jaylen Brown and Derek White. They said, "Well, we want like 4 or 5 firsts for him." Celtics said, "Yeah, we're not doing that." So the Grizzlies said, "Hey, we'll give you all the draft picks you want," but they said, "I think they're going to come back and say, yeah, we want Jaren or we want Bain."
Yep.
I'm fine with trading Dylan. It kills me to say this, but Zaire, he's gone. There's only 3. Actually, no, there's 5 untouchable Grizzlies.
I wonder where you're about to go with this.
I know 3. I don't know 5.
Wait, no, it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's 5. Yeah, there's 5. Okay, Ja, Jared, Desmond,
Okay.
Jitty. We do not trade Jitty.
Oh my goodness.
Missed me with that, Jared. Missed me
No,
with that.
and why? Jitty, you just signed Jitty to a massive deal.
And you just signed Dakota Mathias' twin.
No. We signed Dakota to the Hustle. Big
I
difference.
know, and I mean,
Exhibit 10.
he could just fill in for Conchar, dude.
I don't see Dakota putting that putback dunks like
He wouldn't. I'm just kidding.
So,
But I would
Jitty is
not say
untouchable.
Conchar is untouchable. He's not that important.
And the 5th untouchable Grizzly, David Roddy. I was scared of him at first, but I'm a Roddy guy, and I need a Roddy jersey in my life. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
He's not even going to be the best rookie in the draft.
An honorable mention for us not to give away, but I think we are, is going to be Clark. I don't want to give Clark away, but they're going to give Clark away. And I can tell you now, I will go down on it. This is not going to be the Grizzlies roster. I almost said Wasta. Tula speech impediment coming back at me. But this will not be the opening lineup. This will not be the team when we take on the New York Knicks on game 1. There is going to be a trade, whether if it is for KD or not. The Grizzlies are going to make a trade. They are going to do what I wish the Dallas Cowboys did with Dak. You go all in. You have your star player on a small contract. Go all in for the 2 years that you can. Dallas did not do that with Dak and Zeke. Now is the time to do that in Memphis. I'm going to drop the mic there, boys. Folks, we're about to get into the heart and soul, but we have an ad read.
Let's do it.
Folks, NFL season's coming around. I'm going to make sure my new home is safe and secure before I even buy it. Folks, we've been saying this for almost 30 episodes now. Give Mitch a call. People, call Mitch at Porch to Patio Home Inspections. I did get the blessing last week after the podcast aired that I can do discounts. This week,
Well done,
we're
sir.
going to bump it up to, Matt, pick a number between 1 and 23.
19.
We're going to do a 19% discount on your home inspection. Folks, use code BDL19 when you call Mitch, and everything will work out. Or if you Facebook message him, folks, you can call him at 901-413-0551. Give him a call, folks. You will not be happy. You will not be happy. You will be happy, sorry. Folks, let's start into it. So I told them yesterday we're going to do an NFL breakdown, give you teams we love, we hate, what we like about them, what we hate about them. We are going to do a list by list, kind of just give you division by division, who we like, an X factor for them, and a schedule prediction, as well as our Super Bowl predictions and award winners. Guys, is everyone good with starting off with the AFC East?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I say we start off with the Buffalo Bills.
All right.
Going into the season, Buffalo Bills added a lot. They locked up freaking Von Miller to a 6-year deal, which shocked me.
That's insane. 6 years for a guy who's in his mid-30s is just crazy.
I think I read he'll be 40. I think. Let me see. I think he will be 40 when his contract is over. No, he'll be 39 when his contract's over. I'm sorry.
Nonetheless, you're locking up one of the greatest pass rushers in NFL history for the rest of his career. So you got that.
What makes no sense is the fact he only had 13 sacks last year, and he got 6 years, $120 million.
I mean, 13 is still a lot for a guy his age, but yes, I understand that is a ton of money. But I mean, the Bills, they're all in. I mean, this is if they don't win with this team, they're not going to win.
So, they have the 12th hardest schedule going into the year, which is, hey, that's what you want. You're basically middle of the pack.
Yep.
You got Josh Allen fully healthy. Your offensive line is stacked. Dawson Knox should take a massive step up. You actually, I think, got a steal in the running back department in the draft, and Mr. James Cook, who is my X factor to win. Thoughts, opinions?
So my fantasy team drafted him for a reason.
I wanted him. I
think there's a good chance they find out that Devin Singletary's not the guy, and if James Cook, if he's playing well, man, I think they put him in that number 1 spot.
Am I allowed to drop a bombshell about James Cook on this or no?
I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Playing video games with him?
No, I mean, so I went to college with his brother.
Yeah.
DeAndre Burnett was his brother on the basketball team.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. I partied with Dalvin one night. Very cool night. Still never followed me back on Instagram like he said he would. So, we were cool with them. We asked James, like, hey man, why did you go to Georgia?
Oh, you told me this one before.
Yes, I don't think I ever told Starkey. So he goes, well, I was on my official visit there at the hotel. He goes, woke up the next morning, go get some waffles down at the breakfast bar, and he said there was a duffel bag. It's a random Adidas duffel bag. He can neither confirm nor deny how much money was in there, but he said it was enough to buy, let's say, 2 or 3 Corvettes.
Ooh.
So you're looking at about $300,000 to $400,000. Just throwing it out there, but hey, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Totally legal.
Hey, now it's legal. Technically, it was an NIL deal.
Kind of. No, I think that's still illegal, probably.
It's only illegal if you get caught. He didn't get caught. I always said, if y'all piss me off, I'm gonna rat you out to the NCAA. they never piss me off. So go my record for them. I want to hear y'all's. I have the Bills going 12-5.
I'm really high on the Bills. I had them going 14-3. I think they're the best team in the NFL.
I just think they're going to drop a couple games here and there, which I'm fine with.
I got them dropping 3.
I mean, they are going to win the AFC easy. Starkey, what do you have them going?
I'm looking at the schedule now.
The hardest part to me, and probably the most confusing, was now that we add an additional game. Instead of doing like 12-4, that I would have said all the time. I was like, oh, it's just 12-5.
Yeah.
Throws me off.
I will say this: Week 1's going to be a fat L for them. I'm stamping that right now.
Starkey, you don't even know who your starting quarterback is going to be.
Yeah, we do. Staff's going to be fine.
He can't throw the ball.
He's looked good.
We're going to save this for now. Starkey, what's your predicament? What's your prediction?
I'm going to go. I'm with Matt. I'm pretty high on him too. I'm going to go. $13-4.
13-4. Okay, that's a bold move. So we're gonna move on to the Jets. I have the breakout player for the Jets as Mr. Elijah Moore. I think he's going to snap.
He definitely could. He's going to throw in the ball. Mike White.
Mr. Joe Flacco.
Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco.
And you got Mr. White that used to play for the Cowboys. I can't think of his first name right now.
Who?
White. I can't remember. I literally cannot remember it. I have to look it up.
Mike?
Mike White? Yeah, Mike White.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Former Western Kentucky Hilltopper.
I like how we're not naming the starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
You mean the Mom Slayer?
Because we just assume that he's going to be hurt all season. Then.
You mean the Mom Slayer?
Yeah, the Mom Slayer. Exactly.
Well, so with him being hurt, granted, I think they won the draft. And granted, we'll see down the road. But right now on paper, I have the Jets won the draft, in my opinion.
I'm surprised you didn't have Garrett Wilson. You have Elijah Moore over Garrett Wilson.
He had to prove me a little.
No, I'm not slouching Elijah Moore. That dude's
you got to show me a little you can play in the league a little before I put you down as a Jared must-watch. But they did hit on their first 4 draft picks are hits. Breece Hall, Jermaine Johnson, Wilson, and Sauce Gardner. However, I have the Jets laying a goose egg and going 4-13.
Not expected for that team.
They have a tough spot.
That's exactly what I gave them. I gave them a 4-13 record.
Next, I have the New England Patriots. I don't think they got any better. I don't think they got any worse. They stayed the same. Honestly, a breakout player for them to watch is Mr. Devontae Parker, who has shown flashes of he could be a wide receiver 1 in Miami at times.
We've been saying that for about 4 years now.
We have been saying that for 4 years, but hey, it's time you put the pen on the paper and you do it.
Mac Jones is quarterback now, so that's going to change everything.
I have them going 11-6, baby.
11-6. Okay.
We're going 11-6. We're making the playoffs. We're
I got
getting
them
cold
9-8.
strange in this.
I don't. They didn't, like you just said. They didn't get any better. And their divisions. Miami, man. Miami's gonna be really, really good this year. I got them 9-8, missing the playoffs.
About to have some controversy.
I'm actually right in the middle of you guys. I have them at 10-7.
It is. Listen, Mac Jones is the general. He'll lead them to the promised land. He's Tom Brady 2.0.
He is the Bill Belichick quarterback of Bill Belichick quarterbacks.
If Bill
100%.
just pop out another kid, this would be his kid.
He
This is the kid from Play 60 commercial that beat out Cam Newton. Gosh dang it. Miami Dolphins. They have the 21st ranked schedule in NFL, but that does not matter because Tua is their quarterback and he sucks.
I don't know, dude. Everything I've read, the Tua's had a really good preseason, like a really good practice.
That team's too good. I mean, all Tua has to do is be mediocre, and that team will
Who's
go to the
their head
playoffs.
coach?
What's his face from San Francisco?
Oh yeah, he's weird, but I like him though. He's weird.
He kind of looks like Rodrigo Blankenship a little bit. McDaniel.
I think he's the second best press conference guy behind Dan Campbell, in my opinion.
Yeah, I haven't seen him much, but I just know he looks like Rodrigo. Supposed to be. I mean, he's under the San Francisco Shanahan coaching tree. So I mean, he should be pretty good. I have confidence in him.
I have them going 8-9.
That's wow.
That's a beautiful statement.
It could definitely happen, though. It could definitely happen. I
think you're putting too much hype into it.
I'm not putting too much hype into Tua. I'm putting hype into the team.
Here's the thing. Tua's not a deep ball guy, and that's what Tyreek is. That's why Tyreek thrived.
They've got to cover both Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
I haven't been impressed with Waddle. I wasn't impressed with him at Bama.
He had over 100 receptions last year, Jared.
It was their only option. Somebody's got to catch the balls.
That's a good point. And they still got Gesicki, right? And they got Mostert now. Who else do they have? They got a bunch of running backs. Not named Mostert. Who else did they get, Jared?
Chase Edmonds.
I got it.
Chase Edmonds.
I drafted him high.
Yeah,
he's probably going to bust for me.
And I mean that. It's not like that defense is bad. I mean, it's a good defense too.
Here's the thing, though. You got to play against the Bills. The Bills are going to break you down twice. And
they're probably going to lose 2 games to the Bills.
You got. Let me pull up. Starkey, pull up their schedule real fast. Find out when Miami has to go to Buffalo. They have to go to New England and New York.
All right. Can I say
Tua
this real
is
quick,
not
though?
a cold weather quarterback. That's been proven. You don't have Jacoby Brissett to pull him out or bail him out.
It's definitely to a show now.
What you got, Starkey?
So I admit I'm probably super late to the party on this, but I had no idea until yesterday, the day before, that although Tua throws left-handed, he's actually he does everything else right-handed.
He's ambidextrous.
Yeah, I had no idea. I've always thought the man was just strictly left-handed.
Okay, looking at their thing real fast.
I got the schedule up.
Oh, you got it already pulled up?
Yeah. So who are we looking for again?
The Bills, Patriots, and Jets. Away.
All right. They got the Bills at home week 3. They've got Bills on the road week 15. Patriots on the road week 17. And Jets on the road week 5.
So they're going to New England in December.
They're going to New England and Buffalo in December.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
And look at their last 6 games. Houston, okay, that's a win. San Francisco is going to be tough. The Chargers are going to be tough. You got to play the Bills. You got to play the Packers. You got to play the Patriots, and you got to play the Jets.
Oh, fun fact: the game at New England is actually on New Year's Day.
Today was Christmas.
You're forgetting who owns the Patriots.
Robert Kraft.
The Miami Dolphins.
Hey, who owns the Colts?
Clown Town.
That's actually going to move me to my next segment, boys. AFC South. Let's go. Real fast. Let's go ahead and just do this one fast. Jacksonville. They have the 26th hardest schedule in the NFL. 4-13. One more year, Trevor.
Same thing. 4-13. So what I got to know?
6-11.
Wow. Okay. Improvement.
How is Trevor going to have time to throw the ball?
Don't know, but I'm putting some faith in my boy Trevor Lawrence this year.
I think you're just
6-11.
saying that because they have two Ole Miss players on their team.
No, I like Lawrence. I really do. I think this year under Doug Peterson, I think he takes a step forward.
They should definitely be better. I don't have them as the worst team in the AFC South.
I don't either, but they got to get more wide receivers for him. Wide receivers and offensive line, because you ain't going to have Trevor for much longer if you don't have a proper offensive line. I haven't been impressed with him, by the way.
What was that?
I thought he was like Arch Manning. He's just kind of overhyped a little, but yeah.
You can't deny the talent's there. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, people
Maybe Jacksonville did so bad. He didn't play horrible last year. He wasn't great though. He looked like a rookie QB. I mean,
let's move on to the next team, the Houston Texans.
who?
They have a decent core there. You got Davis Mills, who a lot of people says he is a starting NFL quarterback down the road.
I actually like Davis Mills a lot.
I love Davis Mills.
He's not as bad as people think he is.
Beat out former Mississippi State great KJ Costello at Stanford.
Trash.
Who, KJ?
Yeah, KJ Costello.
Hey, that's college passing leader KJ Costello for a game.
Garbage.
You got Pierce from Florida, everybody's falling in love with him. And you actually have a former Colt on the team, by the way.
Marlon Mack.
That guy has literally carried me and killed me before in fantasy. I swear that guy's lower body is the worst.
I don't know if he's going to get back to 2019 Marlon. I don't know.
Hey, 2019 Marlon Mack won me a
fantasy
football championship.
I don't know if it's going to happen again though.
And you got the underrated, undervalued Mr. Brandon Cooks.
If he can stay healthy.
Cooks will stay healthy.
Which he did last year. It's just still, I mean, you got some players, but they're not going to be good enough to compete with these other teams in the AFC.
Cooks has played on so many great NFL teams. He never won a ring. And now he's got to play on the doo-doo Texans because nobody will take his contract.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, except I only have the Texans winning 2 games.
I have them winning 3.
Yeah, see, y'all are very generous.
They're not going to be good. I mean, 2-3. What's the difference?
Matt, let's jump to the Tennessee Titans, your favorite team.
I love them.
A lot of off-season moves there. Traded away their star wide receiver because they didn't want to pay him.
Dummies.
Which makes no sense.
Got a deep ball wide receiver in Robert Woods. I really don't know why they put him with Tannehill, but you got the King Henry coming off a leg injury, so we'll have to see. Do they limit his workload, or they just say,
I think he's going to be back to King Henry this year.
Taylor Ron's back better than ever. That offensive line is still solid. He drafted one of my favorite players ever, Mr. Traylon Burks. who is my X factor for them. Can
Yep.
he fill that void?
I
They
agree.
have the 24th hardest schedule. And I think Tannehill is going to shock some people with his play this year, knowing that he's got his replacement right in his back corner.
Tennessee's still going to be a really good team this year. Traylon Burks is going to have to step up because I don't know how Robert Woods is going to be good or how good he's going to be coming off that injury. Derrick Henry's still going to be Derrick Henry. Don't know how good the defense is going to be. They've got some holes on that defense. But they'll still be a good team, and they'll be right there with Colts for the division.
9-7.
Go ahead, Starkey.
I'm gonna go 11-5.
I have him at
11 and 6.
11 and 6.
Yeah,
I have
11
him
and 6.
10 I have him 10-7.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant 9-8. My bad. My math was off. It's this new NFL change.
It's that new schedule.
Yeah.
Threw me off. Let's move into Matthew's team here. You got rid of a legend for another legend.
You just call Carson Wentz a legend?
Hey, man, 2018, he was a legend.
Yeah. It was okay.
I mean, you got to think, before that injury, he was...
He was the MVP of that season.
He would have been
wasn't he?
MVP.
Yeah.
This is going to be your first season, and I forgot how long, of no T.Y. Hilton.
As of right now, we could still re-sign him, but
You had a chance to sign Mr. Julio Jones, but y'all said no. Y'all are banking on my guy, Mr. Paris Campbell, the bubble man, to have a healthy season.
Yep.
He's been in the league since 2019. Y'all know how many games he's played in?
Oh, if I had to guess, 6 or 7 maybe. If I had to guess, how many?
He's played in more than that.
Has he? Shoot.
You got to give me a give me a
I feel
reasonable
like
guess.
He gets hurt. I feel like he gets hurt within the first 3
I'm gonna
games
say
of the
11.
season.
I'll say
He
11
has
games.
played in 17 NFL games.
Really? That is
and going into his
way
5th
more than
year.
I thought.
This guy burned me. I wasted a 4th-round draft pick on him 1 year, and he screwed me.
He gets injured.
He tore his Achilles 1 year. I think he tore his Achilles his first year I drafted him.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I was really upset when the Colts didn't re-sign Julio because that would have been really cool to see him back with Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I would have enjoyed that too, Starkey.
Instead,
What do you
y'all said
think,
we're going to let
Jared?
it ride with Michael Pittman.
Do you have an X factor for us?
Paris Campbell.
Paris Campbell's the X factor.
Listen, if Paris Campbell... No, hear me out, though. If he stays healthy, he's a weapon for them.
Oh, yeah.
He's very productive. He's a great slot receiver when healthy.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy, it's his.
I'm going to give it to Yannick Ngakoue. If we can get
That's a good one.
like 10 sacks out of Ngakoue this year, get us that pass rush that we've been needing for forever, I think we can be an elite team.
The one weakness for y'all I'm still worried about is wide receiver depth.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You have Michael Pittman, who I drafted very high on. Had a breakout year last year. Now, I guess your 2 guys, Alec Pierce, a rookie.
Yep.
You're going to go as far, and your offensive line.
It's still JT's team, and hopefully we can get enough out of the receivers.
Who's the backup?
Running back?
Yeah, it's Himes. Yeah.
Hines, and
Well,
we have
Himes is now getting looks at a slot now.
Yeah, and we have Philip Lindsay, who can get a lot of carries this year, too.
Gosh, what it could have been. So my record for the Colts, I'm modest here. I'll give y'all division 10-7.
Okay. I got us 11-7. Or 11-6, sorry.
Starkey?
I'll go 11-6 also, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
now
think this will be the year the Colts win the division.
Guys, I'm ready for some controversy, and I think I want some
AFC
controversy.
West.
Well, no, I kind of want to save that one for last. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm going to piss y'all off with some stuff on that.
Okay.
Of course you do. Hey, real
Yes.
quick before we get into that, Matt, give me because like one to me the most underrated position is tight end. Give me an update on Mo Alley Cox.
What give you what on Mo Alley Cox?
An update on.
I mean, Mo's one of those guys. I mean, he's a great blocking tight end. Mo's one of those guys who will have 5 catches, 65 yards, and 2 touchdowns one game, and he'll do nothing for 3 straight games, receiving wise. But he's a great blocking tight end. That's another thing. We're gonna have to get a lot of production out of the tight end core this year.
Mr. Jelani Woods, former quarterback.
Yeah, I hope Jelani ends up being good. Unfortunately,
6'8".
guy who was tearing it up in camp towards ACL.
Ogletree.
Yeah, so
Andrew Ogletree. So this one, I don't think we have much to worry about this division. This the AFC North real fast. It's pretty self-explanatory. I have the Ravens. They suck. Why
You
in
think the
God's
Ravens
name would you not draft a wide receiver in round 1
that's crazy.
when you traded your star receiver, your number 1, in the middle of the draft? You didn't even draft one. Who are you going to throw? He only has legitimately one legit weapon on the receiving core in Baltimore, and that's Mark Andrews.
And he's a tight end.
I think Rashad Bateman could emerge as that guy this year.
He could,
maybe.
yes. But you're putting all your eggs in
Yeah.
one basket. Well, you had a chance, as many people have said, this was one of the deepest wide receiver drafts in the past years. This was your shot to get somebody. You didn't. You Aaron Rodgered him.
Yeah.
And this is Lamar's last year there.
And they did nothing in free agency. Either.
They didn't. That's why I have
They
them
didn't do
going
anything.
7-10.
Yeah.
Same.
I still think they're a good team. They're not going to win the division. I got them 9-8.
They won't even make the playoffs. And it's not the fact. It's not Harbaugh. Harbaugh is a great coach. Their defense is going to win them games because they're so good. Like, they're deep, they're fast, they're tall, they hit hard. It's a Baltimore thing there. It's just their offense.
Yeah.
You're putting all your pressure on Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins to create a run game for you because you have no passing game. And J.K.'s coming off a torn Achilles.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting what that offense looks like this year, and if Lamar can stay healthy this year.
Now, my X factor was Bateman just because they have no wide receivers there.
Yeah, I think so too.
The next one is the Brownies. Had some big trades there. They love the good masseuse every now and then. They love Deshaun Watson, Mr. Hand Towel. They traded Baker away to the Panthers. They didn't get better. They got better, but they didn't get better. They didn't get better to the last 6 games of the year. Former Colt star will be the starting quarterback in Cleveland for 11 games.
Jacoby.
Do y'all feel it's a little ironic though that Deshaun's first game back will be against Houston?
No. I think that is not a coincidence.
Can I say I don't care what the record's going to be? I'm going out on a limb right now and letting you know that will be this Sunday night football game.
Oh, 100. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it'll be a Sunday night football game because the Houston Texans will be like 1-in.
That doesn't matter. It's going to draw attention seeing Deshaun play his former team in his former town where he had a couple too many masseuses.
Look, I would have no complaints if it was a Sunday night football game. I think that'd be awesome.
Watch, that would be Houston's second win.
And if Houston won, oh my goodness. That'd be
and they're all waving around hand towels.
Oh, man.
You know how they do hat tricks? Everybody throws their hat on the ice in hockey.
They throw a towel on the
They throw towels. I'm a terrible person. I know.
You're.
Sorry, Starkey.
I'm praying for you, Jared.
The Brownies back to us here. So they did have a massive overhaul in offense. They got rid of their two top receivers, or two of their top three wide receivers last year. They got rid of the locker room case with Odell. Jarvis Landry's now in New Orleans. The top two guys they return receiving is Donovan Peoples-Jones and David Njoku, who I actually have as their X factor. They paid him the money. He's shown in flashes he can be that guy. And we've seen Deshaun make crappy players great players. Now that we have to wait to the last 6 games of the year to see that, but they also spent a high draft pick on a Purdue guy who I'm kind of high on, Mr. David Bell.
Bowler up.
However, you're putting a lot of workload on Nick Chubb, and it does worry me.
Yep.
How much longer can he keep this up?
What's the status on Kareem Hunt right now? Is he
Kareem Hunt still wants to be traded right now? The Browns have said no.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from that in a minute, so I didn't know.
If anything, he should want it. I get it. He wants to be playing, get paid a lot more. But dude, hear me out. You kicked your girlfriend in a hotel, like you drop kicked her. You should be glad a team took the chance on you.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there, but
can I just say I'm shocked your X factor isn't Amari Cooper?
No, that pisses me off, man. The fact that everybody was trading wide receivers for like 10 first-round draft picks, and then we trade Amari for a 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, he's old, but dude, Amari's gonna put up stats. Amari's great. Nah, don't bring that up, Sarky. That's it. I haven't dissed the Rams at all today. I don't want to hear that crap.
You kind of did
don't get my
earlier.
digs in now.
You kind of did it earlier with the Matthew Stafford dig.
Hey, at least they've won a Super Bowl in his
I'm
lifetime.
here. I'm a neutral third party.
The next is the Steelers. It's the end of an era.
Yep.
The Juju Smith era.
What?
Yeah, Juju's no longer with the Steelers.
I thought you were setting that up for Ben Roethlisberger.
No,
that's what he wanted you to think.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted you to think. But it's the end of the Juju Smith era in Pittsburgh.
He's in KC.
God, he's gonna. I hope he balls out there. But you got a new quarterback. You got 2 new quarterbacks there. You got Trubisky, who's right now the starter, and local boy Mr. Kenny Pickett, who's going to be the incumbent starter very soon.
Yep.
I think we all agree with that.
I agree with that, especially how much he's been tearing it up in preseason.
Don't be shocked if they name Pickett starter week 1.
I don't know about week 1, but Pickett's looked really good. I mean, it could happen.
I say give me week 5. Well, give me week 7, Pickett's. Because you got Najee Harris who's going to tear it up again this year. Their defense is still big and bad. They signed, no, they didn't just sign, but they signed a sneaky free agent, Miles Jack.
Yep.
You add him, TJ Watt, and if he can stay healthy, and Mr. Devin Bush.
And let's not forget that offense and the new addition of Mr. George
Calvin Austin III.
Oh, no. I was not talking about Calvin Austin III. I was talking about George.
I feel like there's still some
Pickens.
hostility between you and the Calvin Austin III that you might want to get out on the air.
Who?
You, as a States fan, to Calvin Austin III.
Oh, I don't care about Calvin Austin III.
I feel some salt. Matt, he probably could be listening. We are the largest sports show from Mississippi in Australia.
Number 1.
Okay. You just did a lot of complaining last year over that play, but that's neither here nor there. With all that being said, they're still young, and they got to rebuild a little in the offense, go through some growing pains at quarterback. I have them going 8-9 as well. 8-9, 9-8, somewhere. They're. I went through the schedule 2 or 3 times. They can flip flop a couple, go 9-8 if they really want to.
Yeah, that just around 500 sounds about right.
Yep, that's where I'm at with him. Except Mike Tomlin will no longer have a he will have a losing season this year.
For
He
the
will have
first
his
time in
first
5 minutes.
losing season. Yep.
For the first time ever, isn't it?
Yep.
So that leads us to the Bengals. They have the third hardest schedule going into the year. They made the wrong move last year at the end of the Super Bowl in that fourth down play. Don't know why you didn't have Joe Mixon in the game, but neither here nor there. We're past that.
Yep.
They spent a lot of money this offseason. They got Kappa from Tampa Bay. They got Carraris. They got Leo Collins. They solidified their offensive line to protect Joe Burrow.
Yep.
That is their X factor, is the offensive line. If that offensive line can keep Joe clean, it's going to be them. It's going to be Buffalo in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I think we can agree. If Joe Burrow stays healthy, then they're winning the division.
Defense, I am a little worried about, but this is their window where they can afford Mixon. Like, remember I said the Grizzlies window. This is their window they need to go all out on. Because you don't got to pay Joe yet. You don't got to pay Jamar yet.
Yep.
When now, and I think they did get a sneaky hire with free agent signing Hayden Hurst, former first-round draft pick from Baltimore back in 2018.
Yep.
Had the tools in college, hasn't put it yet together in NFL, but hey, hopefully he can put together. I have the Bengals going 12-5.
13-4.
Starkey?
I'm going to go out on a little bit of a limb. I'm going to go 14-3.
Jesus.
I think they're going to have a really, really good season.
That'd be
Okay.
like best team in the AFC.
Yeah. The one player I think could be the downfall of the Bengals is Mr. Eli Andrew.
I can see that.
Because
And this is also, they're probably their last year of Jesse Bates at safety.
yeah,
Because he did not come to an agreement with, and he's playing with the franchise tag. This is arguably the hardest division in all of football. AFC West. This is going to piss y'all off. You only get to my controversial one?
Go ahead.
do it.
Kansas City Chiefs not making the playoffs.
There's no way.
Ooh,
9-8.
wow.
Look, Patrick Mahomes is going to be one of those quarterbacks like Peyton and Tom who made the playoffs every single year. Except, of course, Peyton didn't make it his rookie year. But other than that, he made it every single year.
Okay.
And Patrick Mahomes is going to be one of those.
I get your logic, but hear me out. Peyton is not going to have to face the same pass rush he's going to face again in this division. San Diego, or I keep saying the San Diego Chargers, they're not going to be the LA Chargers to me ever, but they got Khalil Mack and Bosa. Okay? You have to face that twice a year. The next one, Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. Chandler Jones is resurging.
Nope.
I forget about Chandler Jones going to Vegas.
Nope.
I'm telling you, the Raiders are a team you need to watch out for. And then you got the end of it all. Then you got the Broncos. You got Brett. I'm telling you, Peyton Manning did
Chubb
not
and Gregory.
Who?
Chubb and Gregory.
Yep. Randy Gregory. Can he put back-to-back success? You hope so, but I'm telling you, his offensive line got worse. Dad, I'm sorry. The Chiefs are not making the playoffs this year. Look, you also, to take pressure off Patty Mahomes, you have to run the ball. What can they not do in Kansas City? Clyde's Edward-Helaire has not lived up to the hype that everyone thought he was going to be coming into his rookie year. He can't stay healthy.
This breakout year.
Hmm?
This will be Clouds break out here.
Well, I actually been reading and did some research on why I drafted him. Isaac Bachero, he is actually taking a lot of reps with the ones in Kansas City.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've heard of him as a fantasy sleeper too.
They said it will not. They said if Allaire has a couple bad games back to back or gets hurt, they said it's his team to. It's his job to lose.
Yeah, they'll find a way. I think the Chiefs will find a way. Maybe not win the division. I'm not saying they'll win the division, but I think they'll make the playoffs. They'll find a way.
I say the AFC West will have 3 teams in the wild card.
I do too. In the wild card, you have every single team in that division making it to the playoffs.
No, I have minus the Chiefs. Yes.
Oh, okay. You said 3 teams in the wild card. I thought you meant all the wild cards.
My bad.
Three
I have
teams
2
in the playoffs.
teams. I have 2 teams taking the extra wild card spots, and I have the Broncos winning the division.
I think the Chargers are the best team in the division, and that all starts.
Let's talk about the Chargers.
That all starts with the man Justin Herbert. They still got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler. They still got a prolific offense, and they got a great defense.
Yes, their defense is unstoppable. But it took Mike Williams 6 years to be the first-round talent he was supposed to be.
Okay.
Can he back it up? He got the bag he wanted. He had 1 good year out of 6 years.
I'm just glad I'm not the only Justin Herbert stan here.
I mean, I love Justin Herbert. I think he's going to be a great quarterback.
See, for some reason, Jared, I thought you weren't too big on it. You weren't too high.
I like Herbert. He's a great quarterback. It's just I don't think it's his time right now.
I think it is. I think last year pissed him off. I'm sorry. Ticked him off.
And I hope it did. I hope it pissed off Hayden Christensen 2.0.
No, you're fine.
I hope it pissed him off. But he also put a lot of hope on Austin Eckler. He had a healthy year. Can he be healthy again? Fingers crossed. But they got Isaiah Spiller ready to go in the backup.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have them going 10-7. The next one is the Oakland Raiders. Yes, I'm not calling it Las Vegas. I'm sorry, I can't.
Just call them the Raiders.
Hey, you got Devontae Freeman. You're reuniting Devontae Adams. Sorry, I don't know why I said Freeman, but you got Devontae Adams. You're reuniting a great duo. You got Zamir White, who's about to be the incumbent running back 1 there. Hunter Renfrow's coming off a great Pro Bowl year, which Pro Bowl is not saying much. I have them going 10-7, 11-6.
I've got them 11-6.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that defense is just so good. You got Jonathan Abram, who you hope can be the same hard-hitting safety he was at State.
Yeah. Probably won't be, but
hey, he just gets injured because he lays it out on the line, and I'm all for that.
Real quick, can we talk about the report that dropped? I believe it was yesterday that the Raiders had a deal in place to acquire Tom Brady and Gronk, and John Gruden said no.
Yeah, he didn't want to pay Tom.
Yeah, and I think that's why old Davis leaked the Gruden emails.
I can see it.
Wouldn't that be insane? If that's what happened.
I can see it.
Instead, they had a Derek Carr, and they had a young Derek Carr and an old Jason Witten combo. Instead. Let's move on to the final team in the division, the Denver Broncos. They have the 15th toughest schedule in NFL. They just got Russell Wilson. 12-5, boys. Offensive line is straight. Javonte Williams at running back. You're hoping Cortland Sutton, who has been a great wide receiver when healthy. Big asterisk is when. I think he's going to be healthy this year, and he's going to ball out.
I have the Broncos at a 10-7 record, missing the playoffs.
Ouch.
Yeah, I think they'll. Who knows, man? All
The
four of these
AFC
teams are
West
really
is
good.
literally the hardest
They're all
division
so
to predict.
good. It could be any four of those teams miss the playoffs, but I think there will be three that make the playoffs.
I still wouldn't be shocked if you put money on it right now that one of these teams wins the division and wins the Super Bowl.
Definitely happen.
Boys, let's jump to the weaker side of football. The
Yep.
NFC, baby. Let's start off with the pathetic NFC South. A one-man team. The
Hey,
Falcons.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. You know who got pretty good this offseason? And who wasn't that bad?
Would you like
and
to
who
start
wa-
off with that team?
And who wasn't that bad last year?
Okay,
The
lead
New
us off.
Orleans
Let's go,
Saints.
buddy.
The New Orleans Saints.
I can't trust Jameis.
He played pretty good the whatever games he played last year.
He did.
And
He started off good.
And they still went 9-8. They still had a winning record last year.
That's because their defense is solid.
I know. Yeah. And they got Tyrann Mathieu. They got Michael Thomas coming back. They got, and who knows with that, but
You got Chris
Jarvis
Olave.
Landry. Sounds like Kamara's still going to play this year because
they've already said he's good to play this year.
He's going to be playing this year. So I mean, I got them at I don't have them winning the division. I have them getting a wild card spot at 11-6. That's my kind of undervalued team right now. What?
I said I surely hope you don't have them winning the division.
No, I don't have them winning the division.
I have them going 9-8. I just feel like Jameis is going to Jameis it somehow.
I don't know why I have so much confidence in them, but I do.
That scares me. You
have especially with Sean Payton being gone. I don't know why. I could be dead wrong, but
I could see him going 8-9.
Y'all know what's interesting? The former 1-2 quarterbacks taken in the draft back in 2015. This is their redemption tour.
Yeah.
This is literally their last shot at getting a chance to start.
Jameis and Mariota.
Until week 5 when Ritter takes over for Mariota.
You're very early in these quarterback changes. I've noticed that.
Or at least until Mariota gets injured.
Because it's going to happen. I actually have my breakout player for the Saints is Michael Thomas, just because you don't know what he's going to do. When he's healthy and he's out there, he's one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL.
Yep.
And he's
the thing over the past two years has been when he's out there.
And he's already dealing with a hamstring injury. So
correct. Yes, that was yesterday. Left practice with a hamstring. And with Jameis, you're either going to get good Jameis or you're going to get bad Jameis.
I'm just hoping we get more good than bad.
Hey, if you have him, Jameis is a great fantasy quarterback.
I don't have him on my fantasy team.
Except for the 30-30 year. That was a bad year. So let's jump to the worst team in the division, the Falcons. There's really not much to say about them. They have 2 weapons on offense, Drake London and Kyle Pitts, who are combined 0 for 0 in NFL touchdowns. They're in total rebuild mode. You got Marcus Mariota leading the charge. Running back wise, you're a 32-year-old Cordell Patterson, who has just now found his role as in the NFL after 10 years. I have them going 3-14.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have them winning like 4 games.
Yeah. And like you said, Mariota is going to be starting.
Draft Cordero in fantasy.
Hey, Cordell is a good pick.
And he's rushing touchdowns last year. Pitts and maybe London are going to be their entire offense.
They're their entire offense right now.
Free Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
The guy gets a year banned for gambling, but Deshaun can hand towel 30 women and only get 11 games. Makes perfect sense if you think about it, NFL. Let's jump to the Panthers. I got Baker. Offense is still, You don't really have any wide receivers besides DJ Moore. Robbie Anderson is just yucky. with his Angelica hairstyle.
Well done, sir. Well
Thank you,
done.
thank you. I've been waiting on. I thought of that one this morning at 8:00. I've been trying to keep it in my mind all day.
Well
You
done.
don't know what Baker's going to do. He's going to be pissed off. I love it. They play Cleveland week 1. It's going to be beautiful. I think it's at the Dog Pound, so it's going to be even better.
Yeah.
And I hope and I pray that they win. When they win, he gets a Panthers flag, plants it down in the middle of the 50-yard line like he did in Ohio State.
I would be here for it.
I 100% am for that, and I think it should happen. But you don't know what's going to happen with Christian McCaffrey, though.
No.
We all love him for the culture. He can't stay healthy.
Yep.
He's literally like the guy from SpongeBob. I wake up and blink. I break my eyes. I take a glass of water. I break a rib. I drink a glass of water. Sorry. He's literally going to break every bone of his body.
Yeah.
He just runs to kill people, and that's why he gets injured. Like, he just runs so hard. You're not going to stay healthy. It's just not going to happen. So I got the Panthers winning 7 games.
I have him actually going 6-11. I do think if Baker balls out this year, Baker will get a 2-year contract, which I think he can.
I'll give him 7-10.
And let's go to the final one. They also have the 12th hardest schedule. I haven't been saying that in a while. Let's go to the Buccaneers. They have the 4th hardest schedule in the NFL. I guess you could say this is the final ride.
Maybe. I hope so.
If he makes it to week 1.
Tom, he's back in practice.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
good.
But
Today.
He's back at practice. This is the final ride of the best quarterback in NFL history, unfortunately.
yeah, but that O-line is steadily getting worse.
No, what'd you say?
That O-line is steadily getting worse.
Granted, they've had some injuries, but he's got 2 of the best receivers in the game when healthy. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
And we can't forget Scotty Miller. And they have a sneaky addition there, Russell Gage. So y'all may not know this. Russell Gage got the bag, was offered the bag from Atlanta, but said, "Yeah, I'm going to Tampa."
I don't blame him.
For literally being the 3rd, 4th option in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I love it. He could have been a wide receiver 1 in Atlanta, but said, "Hey, I'm gonna go."
He would have been wide receiver 1 this year in Atlanta.
They also have Julio.
They do have Julio. I forgot to add that.
Yep.
Should have been a Colt, but hey. Sorry, Matthew. I have him going 11-6. Just because I don't think Leonard Fournette is going to take him a couple weeks in that Florida heat to shake off the 260 pounds.
I've got him winning 12 games. 12-5.
Yeah.
And just remember this.
That'll be good enough to win the division.
In years Tom Brady has not reached the Super Bowl, he's won it the next year. Just throwing it out there.
Awesome.
Huh?
Can't wait for February.
Let's go to the AFC North, boys. This one, I think, is going to piss y'all off there. Okay, we're going to start off with the Bears. Please, for the love of God, no matter, I don't know who the GM, the owner is anymore, the Bears, whoever it is, draft some players for Justin Fields. And more importantly, draft an offensive line for that guy. He could be so freaking good.
Yeah.
But he's going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drafted him in the fantasy league. I'm like, he's going to be good for about 6 games, probably.
He's going to put up numbers.
Yeah.
The issue is he's going to be He's going to be the IR by week 7.
Exactly.
Literally, draft this. This should be their thing the whole offseason. We're going to draft nothing but offensive linemen. And then next year, we're going to go skill players. We're going to rebuild slowly. Defense needs a lot of work. I have them going 3-14. Sorry, 3-14.
Same. I think they will be the worst team in the NFL this year.
Ooh.
I think the Bears are that bad, especially with their best player on their team wanting to leave the building and Raquan Smith.
He'll be gone by the middle of the season.
Yeah.
The next one, Matt, this one's actually going to shock you a little. I have the Green Bay Packers. Oh, the Bears also have the 24th hardest schedule in the NFL, so that just shows how bad they are with only winning 3 games. But the Packers have the 22nd hardest schedule in the NFL. Literally lost their entire receiving room. Robert Tonyan's coming off an ACL injury, which is very tough. Defense, you lost your top 2 tacklers and sack masters. I have the Packers. I know you're a Packers guy in the NFC, Matt. I have them going 8-9 for Aaron Rodgers' 3rd losing season in his NFL career.
Look, man, Aaron doesn't have anybody to throw to except Allen Lazard.
That's all he's got.
But guess what? He's Aaron freaking Rodgers, and he's still gonna fall out. And they're still gonna win the division.
He is Aaron freaking Rodgers, but he's already called his. Listen, you're a star quarterback. You're already putting your rookie wide receivers under blast. We're not even at week 1 yet.
Well, he's calling out.
Huh?
Don't step up.
Well, I mean, there's a time and place to
when you're Aaron Rodgers, you can do that.
There's a time and place to do it. You do it behind closed doors. You don't go to the media. And then today he's loving up all on them.
They love Aaron.
10-7.
I'd love him too if I could play for him. But
he's just calling him out. That's his way of doing it.
I talked to Billy today, and Billy would agree with me here. Would not be 100% shocked if Aaron Rodgers midway through the season said, "Yeah, man," when they're 3-6 or they're 6-9 through the season, he goes, "Yeah, my shoulders done."
Y'all are forgetting, or at least Jared's forgetting, they still have a really good defense. That defense is still really good. They still have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. They just need somebody on a wider set, but they're getting Bakhtiari back, it sounds like. They just need somebody to step up. Whether it's Dobbs, Lazard, Christian Watson, whether it's one of those guys, I don't care who it is. One of them's going to need to step up.
Keep an eye on Christian Watson. I think he's going to have a good year for him this year.
I'm telling you, folks, 8-9. The next team is my sleeper team, the Detroit Lions.
Oh, Lord.
I'm falling in love with them.
Yeah, I love MCDC. I love MCDC.
Dan Campbell, I want to run through a wall for him. I wish he was my coach growing up in high school. A guy that literally tells me to go bite a kneecap, I'm all for that. Let's go. He gets you motivated. He's crying week 1 because he loves this team so much.
I'll tell you what, man.
He's a grown man. Dude, he wants...
I love you guys, man.
The players organize a player practice with no coaches involved. They have the wide receivers. They got Amon St. Brown. DJ Shark has proven at times he can be a good wide receiver. TJ Hawkinson, Starkey's boy. You got your running back, DeAndre Swift. Your defense, you have, in my opinion, the next J.J. Watt. Going out on a limb, boys. And Aiden Hutchinson, the next J.J. Watt. He is going to be the next 2-time, 3-time, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. And he's a great singer, too.
All that for them to go 5-12.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you shut your mouth. The future is very bright in Detroit, Mitch. Very bright. However, next year, draft a quarterback in the first round, please. Or sign one in the offseason. Lions 9-8.
I'm with Starkey. They're winning 5 to 7 games. They're going to finish 3rd in the division.
Hey, all I need them to do is win 7. I don't got to shave my head. We're keeping the hair at 9-8, boys. They're finishing second in the NFL and the NFC North.
NFC.
I have the Vikings winning the NFC North, boys. I'm telling you, that offense is too good to be stopped. Granted, their defense sucks, which means they're going to be constantly air raiding the ball to Justin Jefferson. They're going to be throwing it to Adam Thielen. Irv Smith, God willing, his ACL holds for a year. And Dalvin Cook, he's going to stay healthy this year, boys.
Let me tell you what's going to happen, Jared.
You like that?
They're going to start out pretty good. And then guess what? Dalvin Cook's going to get hurt.
No, he's not.
And they're not going to have a replacement for – they got Antonio Madison, who's going to do okay, but he's no Dalvin Cook. And Adam Thielen's getting older. He's not the same wide receiver. Still good wide receiver. Not the same guy he was. Justin Jefferson might be the best wide receiver in the NFL besides Cooper Kupp. But that's all they have, Jared. That's all.
That's all you need.
They don't have a defense.
You don't need a defense.
Yes, you do, Jared.
The 2013 Broncos proved to us you do not need a defense to win games. They had the year
Did they
the
win the
Broncos
Super Bowl?
put the Seahawks in the 2014. No, it was 2015. Sorry. Yeah, 2014. Sorry, 2014, 15. 2013, 14. Broncos proved you can have statistically one of the worst defenses in the NFL and still win plenty of ball games.
They had the ball the entire time.
That's fine.
And I don't think Minnesota's defense is comparable to that. I think Kirk Cousins gets too much hate, but I'm sorry, he's not an elite quarterback. He can put up numbers. He's not going to take them to the promised land. It's not happening.
Hey,
They're going to finish second in the division.
You haven't won 7?
7-10.
You're fine.
I got them doing better than that. I think I have them 8-9, 9 or 9-8, one or the other.
Y'all are terrible.
They're going to finish second in the division.
2 more divisions left. I mean, I did our small predictions, and we're done today. Seattle, NFC West. Sorry. God, they suck.
Yeah.
So, they have one of the hardest schedules in the NFL. They have the 11th hardest schedule.
Okay, they might be the worst team in the NFL this year. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I just feel bad for DK. He cried when he got there.
To the name the State Chickens.
DK cried because they drafted him so late. He's probably crying because they never traded him.
Yeah.
You still have a quarterback battle going on between Geno Smith and Drew Lock. 3-14, baby. The offensive line was terrible last year. But here's the thing, though. You have 2 solid wide receivers, DK.
Yeah.
And Lockett. And you're forgetting who their tight end is. Noah Fant.
And they got a running game, just no O-line.
Yeah, no O-line and no defense.
They got Penny and they just
Walker.
drafted Kenneth Walker.
The Walker.
Little Memphis boy right there.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Arlington High School. He go for. I forgot where he went first. Next, we have the 49ers. I'm not as high as them as everyone is.
What about you, Starkey? No.
This is Starkey's division, so.
Oh yeah,
he's taking the reins here.
I say this with complete
I'm not partial. I love the 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to be better than they were last year. It all depends on how well Trey Lance plays. If he's as good as they think he's going to be, I don't think they're going to win the division as long as Stafford plays. I don't think they'll win the division, but they will get a wild card, and they're going to be a tough team to play in the playoffs, as Jared well knows over there as a Cowboys fan.
All right, boys. So, question.
At least we made the playoffs.
Oh, you're right.
Where does Jimmy G go?
I don't know if he goes anywhere at this point, but you got to think he's going to go somewhere. Yeah, I don't know if he's going anywhere at this point.
It's kind of like the KD thing. They want too much for him. The team that should trade for him, they won't trade him. It's y'all.
Who?
The Rams.
Oh, okay.
Here's what you need to do. They need to set Stafford out. Listen, y'all have everyone to contract for a year. You're still in win now mode. Jimmy G can still make all the throws.
I think there's two teams that need him, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's the Giants and the Seahawks. Giants have Daniel Jones, and I just don't think they're going to do it because if it doesn't pan out with Daniel Jones this year, they're just going to draft a quarterback next year. And the Seahawks are in the division with the 49ers, so I don't know if the trade's going to happen there. So,
Starkey, would you rather have John Wofford, or would you rather have Jimmy G? That's a no-brainer.
But we're assuming that Stafford's going to be hurt.
He is hurt. They've literally. He's not going to play at all this preseason. They've said
he wasn't going to do that anyway.
No, they are worried.
He may not never play the starters.
They usually play him in week. They usually play him in like the third game to kind of get the juices going. Well, heck, if you're the coach, you play everybody week 1 of the preseason.
We're playing everybody week 3 too.
We haven't played Dak. I think we're playing Dak for the first time this week, but Stafford. I love Stafford. He's done. His arm is done.
I think he's got 2 or 3 more good years though. I think he'll play out this contract for time.
So anyway, back to the 49ers. I have them going 8-9 just because I don't know what Trey Lance is going to do.
I think I have them winning 11 games and making the playoffs.
Their defense is too stout, though.
Their defense is one of the best defenses in the NFL.
They do. No, their defense is scary good. It's just I don't know what their offense is going to be.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are one of the biggest mystery teams in the NFL this year.
I don't know if they're going to find the same success they did last year.
I don't think they are because you're missing DeAndre Hopkins for 6 games, and your starting wide receivers are both under 5'10".
And you're missing a big piece of your defense in Chandler Jones. I have them being a little bit more mediocre this year. I think I have them as 9-18.
I have them going 9-8 as well. The X factor is, you signed Marquise Brown, but you also got Rondale Moore right beside him. Both are 5'9", 5'10" guys. That's not a recipe for success in the NFL.
Yep.
And James Conner had 1 good year. I don't think he'll back it up. And then you got Kyler Murray with all the offseason drama of him unfollowing, deleting all the photos. But was playing like an MVP last year, the first 8 games, ankle injury, fell apart after that.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Starkey?
I just want AJ Green to get a ring.
That would be nice, but I don't think it happens with Arizona.
No.
I'll give Arizona 9-8. I think they'll have around 500.
So we have a consensus on 9-8.
Yeah, the first one. Now we have Starkey's team, the Rams, who have the hardest schedule in the NFL. Coming off the Super Bowl, you bought your team. You bought your team through free agency and trades. You have no first-round draft picks for the future.
Nope. 2078.
The question mark for it is Stafford. No one knows if Stafford's going to play, how much he's going to throw it if he does play, and how bad the severity of his elbow tendonitis is. With that being said, the X factor is Mr. Cam Akers. Can he carry the load while Stafford is hurt and cannot throw it 40 times a game? You have 2 of the best. You have a steal and a trade with the Bears for Allen Robinson. That was a steal.
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe we only gave up a third, maybe a second.
I think it was a 4th.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's funny. Chicago can get a 3rd or 4th for Allen Robinson. Dallas, the best they could get was a 5th for Amari. Makes sense if you think about it, Jerry. But defense is still scary good. Offense, scary good. It's just the quarterback right now with the severity of injury is the question mark. 10-7.
I'm just gonna assume that Matt Stafford plays, and I got him at 13-4.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not crazy. I was gonna say with complete bias 13-4. also.
Okay, boys, the real division here, the NFL East.
The NFC least.
The
sir.
Giants. Here's a going pattern I want y'all to pay attention to when I say strength of schedules, okay? Giants, 29th, strongest schedule in the NFL. 6-11 this year, just because that Daniel Jones scares me. And you're banking on, granted, if Daniel Jones is healthy or not, you still got Terry Taylor. But if Saquon Barkley can stay healthy, it's going to be hard to stop
That's
the
a
guy.
big if.
What's a bigger if? Him staying healthy or CMC staying healthy?
Both of them. It's pretty equal.
Yes.
Pretty
Okay,
equal.
gun to your head. You have to pick one that's going to stay healthy for the season. Who are you picking?
McCaffrey.
Right now,
I'm taking Saquon.
I'm going to say Saquon because, like I just said earlier, like it's guaranteed Christian McCaffrey's going to stay hurt. Or he's going to get hurt, I mean, it's probably the same for Saquon, too. So,
But the defense is, they just lost Kayvon Thibodeau for 3 to 4 weeks with an MCL tear.
Yeah.
On what some people say is a dirty play, but yeah.
No.
Wide receivers, yeah. You got 2 5'9" guys at wide receivers.
Yeah. I think they'll be better than they were last year. They still won't be good. I have them at 6-11.
However, they lost fan favorite Carlito.
Who?
Spit in those. Carlito.
Carlito who?
You remember the old WWE wrestler who used to eat the
I
apple?
know. I know. It's been
Evan
the face
Ingram.
of people who don't want to be cool. Yeah, I got that guy.
Evan
Who
Ingram.
was Carlito?
Evan Ingram.
Oh, shoot. I didn't know people called Evan Ingram Carlito. My bad.
Real fast. I know it's. Speaking of it, did I ever tell you the Ole Miss story of Evan Ingram, what we did to him?
No.
So it was his senior year. We were playing Texas A&M. Evan Ingram missed like 7 passes that day. And they were terrible. He was like wide open, just dropping them. So my buddy had a class with him. I said, hey, man, I bet you $10 you won't go put a Butterfinger on his desk. For his 8 a.m. class, my buddy, I paid him. I even bought the Butterfinger. He recorded it. I have to see if he can send it to me and post it. He put it on Evan Ingram's desk. Evan Ingram walked in, saw it on his desk, and walked out. Best $10 I
That's
ever
messed
spent.
up. That's terrible.
That guy
That's
cost Ole Miss
terrible.
the game with 10 dropped passes.
And he's cost the Giants games too. That's gonna be the story of his career. But he got the bag.
He did get the bag. Hey, I'm all for you getting the bag. The Commanders. Let's move on to them real fast, boys.
Okay.
Remember, 31st toughest schedule in NFL. I don't know, Matt. They have your boy, worst.
Don't
one
call
of the
him my
worst.
boy. He's not my boy anymore. Don't call him that.
Was he ever your boy?
He was last year, and I freaking backed him up too. And see how that
I
ended.
want to go on for record. I told him and I told Eric that it was a terrible trade from day one.
He just can't. That's the thing with Carson, man. I mean, he's gonna make amazing plays, but he's also gonna be like he's also not gonna do the easy ones too, and he's just gonna screw up. He loses you ball games. He does not win you ball games, and that's gonna be his story.
So what's gonna win them ball games in Washington is they have a better defense than the Colts did at the time. And that's going to carry them on, help them win some games. Because you've got Chase Young coming back from I believe an Achilles injury.
The man.
It was either Achilles or knee. I think it was ACL actually. He tore his ACL. Yeah, I know he tore. I think it was his ACL. Tore his ACL. He's coming back. You got Scary Terry. You're just banking on, and Logan Thomas has been activated from the PUP today. You got Antonio Gibson is hopefully going to have a rebound year. And you got my sleeper quarterback in the draft, Sam Howell. In the back window, just saying, let me come in, coach. I have the Commanders going 7-10.
I believe I have the same. They'll be mediocre to less than mediocre.
Starkey?
I'm going to go out on a limb. All right.
Oh, God.
I have no faith in Washington.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say like they're about to be like 10-7.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
Oh no, I've got them like 5-12, 6-11.
Oh, okay.
I have
that's not
no
bad at
faith
all.
in Washington at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I think I'm being nice giving them 7 wins.
Yeah, I agree.
The next one with the 30th hardest schedule in the NFL is the Philadelphia Eagles. Made a big splash this offseason getting A.J. Brown, signing him to the bag. I don't think that's going to be enough, 9-8.
Well, you are biased. I have the Eagles being the best team in the division this year. Also, the streak is still alive of no consecutive winners in the NFC East for like forever. I don't even remember the last time that happened. So
Philadelphia.
I got the Eagles winning the division at a 12-5 record.
I'm not high on their defense, and I'm not high on Jalen Hurts. I have them going 9-8. He
I'll
was
give them
inconsistent.
11-6.
11. Jesus.
Sorry, I got them going 11-6, but
And folks, the best team of this whole entire thing, the Dallas Cowboys, choked last year in the wild card round, almost at Super Bowl.
I was about to say.
We should have been in the Super Bowl. We should have made a run for the Super Bowl. We couldn't make it out of the wild card.
And then you turn off Madden.
32nd ranked schedule NFL, boys.
Yeah, the easiest
32.
schedule. Oh my goodness!
Did y'all notice the trend there? The NFC East had the 4 easiest schedules.
Easiest schedules.
It sucks.
It's freaking beautiful. Dak is going to ball out. I'm praying to the good Lord above me that Zeke can go back to his former rookie self. Tony Pollard's been playing a lot of wideout lately, like he did at Memphis. CeeDee Lamb is going to take off, boys. The boys are back. 10-7, we're going back to the playoffs as the NFC East winners.
What's funny is I have you guys at 10-7 as well. You're just not winning the division.
Hey, I'll take a 10-7.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you got a wild card, so.
I hated our offseason. Our offseason was atrocious.
Yeah, you lost parts of your defense, but Mike Parsons still there. Trevon Diggs still there.
Trevon Diggs sucks, and he should not have been in the 23rd ranked player in the NFL.
Yeah, that was insane to me. That was
stupid. The guy literally either got burnt or he picked the ball off. I've said it before. I'm not saying it.
People think he's thinking Deion Sanders because he gets interceptions. Anyway, yeah, you guys are going to be good. Y'all aren't going to be as good as you were last year. I get you as 10-7 with a wild card.
Starkey?
I'll go. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll go 10-7, finishing second in the division.
So let's go to Super Bowl, folks. What is everyone's Super Bowl predictions? Mine is the Buccaneers, Bills. Like I said, Tom Brady. Every year he's not made it to the Super Bowl. They've gone back or they've won. I'm taking the Bucs and the Bills winning.
The Bills and 49ers.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Starkey.
They were in the NFC Championship last year, and they're just going to get a little bit farther this year.
Starkey, we already know what Starkey's going to say. Rams.
We're running it back, baby.
Rams, Bills.
Rams, Bengals. Oh, I thought you were going to say Rams, Bengals.
Rams, Bills. Yeah, we're running it back.
Who is everyone's offensive or NFL MVP? Me, it's Josh Allen.
Yeah, I had Josh Allen, but I think Justin Herbert can definitely win the MVP too.
My defensive player of the year is TJ Watt.
I went a little bit off the wall for that. I went Nick Bosa.
That's actually a good one.
That's actually good. That's a good, yeah.
I was going to say, it's not really off the wall. The dude had 15.5 sacks last year.
I just don't want Donald to win it again. I'm sorry, Starkey. Off the record, I do have a comeback player. My comeback player of the year is Russell Wilson because I know he's going to be in the running for it because he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot about comeback player of the year.
I just threw it out there. Real fast, guys. Does anybody have any offensive rookie of the years they want to make real fast?
Who did I say? Oh, hi, you're gonna like it, Jared. I said Treylon Burks. Treylon
That's a
Burks.
good one. I have
I'm
Chris
telling
Olave.
y'all, keep an eye on Brees Hall.
Yeah, I think Brees Hall can definitely.
Well,
win
the
too.
one issue with not going Brees Hall is the Jets lost their left tackle. And they're moving
And
their
they
right
signed
tackle
him.
to. So that's
And they
going to
signed
throw.
Dwayne Brown.
I know, but they're having to move their left tackle to right tackle and put Dwayne Brown at right tackle. So that's going to throw it off. Trust me, folks. It makes a big difference playing on the left side to get on the right side or right side to left side.
So they're playing with 2 left tackles.
Correct. Our left tackles are known for pass blocking. I do have one closing thought today, folks. We just y'all don't know this. A little pre-nox. DirecTV is losing their contract with NFL Red Zone. They've had it since 1998. They paid at the last year's contract was they made NFL Red Zone made $1.5 billion.
Woo.
I want y'all to give me a prediction on who is going to get it.
Amazon.
Amazon.
I'm going to go Amazon.
Right now, folks, the leading bet on FanDuel is Apple.
Apple could definitely be able to.
Apple is in the
I
running.
bet somebody with a lot of money gets it.
Right now, they have Apple as number 1. They have Amazon at number 2 and Peacock at 3. So basically, folks, you're going to have to buy a streaming software to get it again, because that is just what this world is going to. Folks, that is going to do us for today's show. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. We ran a little bit longer than what we wanted to. Good job, Matt.
Thank you, sir.
I thank you guys for having me. I enjoyed it.
Do you want to plug any social media in, or?
Oh, follow me at Matthew Jordan 25 on Instagram if you want to. That's all I got.
There we go, folks. We'll see you next week. Back better than ever. Next week's going to be a college show. College football starts next week.
Whoop, whoop.
Folks, we'll see you back better than ever next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.